Okay, so this is step 2 of creating the Turnitin assignment, and it deals with PeerMark. So once you've set up the assignment and the parameters that you wanted for the inbox, you should click here where it says PeerMark Setup. And you'll notice that the title is the same. The instructions were the same from the previous assignment. Maximum points is not here. You can choose to add points if you'd like. That will be a separate assignment from the original assignment of actually turning in the essay. Okay, the same thing kind of applies to these dates as it does when you created your original assignment. So when a student turns in the assignment and now you have asked them to perform a peer mark or a peer review, you have to give them a start date and time for when they can start the review, a start or an end date and time for when you want the reviews to go until, and the time you want the students to be able to see the feedback that they have been given by other students and you. So again, be very mindful about the dates and the times. It would make sense that if you want students to use the feedback, that the feedback would be available closer to when they can start giving it than after all of it has been given. But again, just be mindful of how that will work for a student. Once you've fixed the dates and times, you can come down here to additional settings. So this just clarifies in a little more detail about what your students will do or not do and how it will look. So you can have Turnitin automatically score the review. So kind of like, yay, you did it. Yes, award maximum points. Or no, I want to manually score them. This one, students can view the names of their peers during review. What this means is that Turnitin will not show the name of the student as it was submitted. If the student typed their name on their document, then anyone can see who wrote the paper. So it goes both ways. It goes by the name of the student that they're reviewing and the student who is doing the reviewing. So it will either be 100% anonymous or not. Students without a submission can review. So what this means is you don't have to have turned a paper in order to perform a review on somebody else's paper. There are positives and negatives to saying yes or no to this. So again, it's just really about how much you want the students to be able to do it. The other thing to keep in mind is if you're making it worth points, then you have to really give them a chance to do at least a part of the assignment. Automatically distribute papers for review. So this would be Turnitin disseminating papers to students completely blindly and on your own. You can determine the number of papers that a student will review this way. So the default is 1. You can make it, you can't make it less than 1, but you can make it more than 1. You can make it so that students can self-select papers for review. Again, if you think about the name thing, so they're either selecting papers that they have no idea, or they can select the ones that you tell them to. So you can determine how many papers they have to do that way. Students must review their own paper. That just means they have to do the same questions, whatever you have submitted for them to do, on their own paper. Whenever you have this page done the way you want it to be done, click Save and Continue. And then it populates this way with whatever you did. The next tab over is PeerMark Questions. And then there's Distribution. PeerMark Questions, pure and simple, is for you to add whatever questions you want them to answer. So that you can have a free response question or a scale question. With the free response, you have to provide a minimum answer length. This is words. So be very cautious about how many words you want them to give. If you think about it, 10 words is about a sentence and a half. And then you just click Save, and it saves it for you. So you can see what a scale question looks like. It gives you the idea of the scale size, so you can make it out of 5. You can say the lowest one is 1, the highest one is 5, and it will not let you save unless you ask the question. So you might make questions that connect to each other. The other thing is that you can save these to a library. You can also add from existing libraries. You can reorder the questions. So if you want them to answer one before the other, you can do it that way. And whenever you're done, you just click Save Order. And this automatically saves. There's no save button there. And last but not least, distribution. This one, I only have 2 guinea pig students here, but obviously all of your students would show up here if you had a class that had papers that were submitted. Here is where you can decide how you want it to go. If you want to pair the author with somebody in particular, you push the little blue button. You can exclude a student. So let's say Carolyn here is not going to review anybody's paper, so I can click the minus button there. But this is the page I don't know as much about, so stay tuned. I'll create another video. So whenever you're done there, this is now complete. So you have created your PeerMark assignment, and it will show up when you exit out.